What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. So I'm back again. This white devil is not going to discourage me. I understand the rules of fair use, and yet again, I'm using another fair use video. I will continue, and I will fight that all the way. You understand? All the way, all the way, all the way, because I'm in the right. Period. The end. All right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to see the video I put out before this one. Now, this I'm bringing you because you guys know Muhammad Ali was my hero. My absolute hero. And he's uniquely seated in my list of hero because he was someone who was famous. Malcolm was famous, Martin Luther King was famous, different people were famous, but here's someone who was in an American industry, boxing, someone who had something to lose financially, his life too, but certainly financially, and what I love about him is he exemplifies something that I hold close to my philosophy and something that I preach. And that is the only reason to be famous. Hear this. The only reason to be famous as an African person in this society and indeed anywhere in the diaspora, but certainly here in this asshole of Satan. The only reason to be famous is that you speak truth to this devil. That you represent the interest of your people all the time. Behind the scenes, in front of the camera, and out loud. And he was a kindred spirit of mine. Because he was unafraid. Unafraid. Because he understood what I understand. And that is, damn it, it's the truth and I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it. And videos like this that I'm going to show you right now should be required curriculum for any child, male or female, who proclaims that they want to go into entertainment or they want to go into something that's going to make them famous. Because all we have now is a bunch of silent ass bendovers. I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to. You see, this man lost his boxing license over his conviction to not go to that fake-ass Vietnam War. And he paved the way for every NBA player, every fucking NFL player and all the shit. Now all they can do is take a knee? That's all you got, bruh? This man gave up his career over righteousness. There's nothing you're ever going to be able to tell me. Now, this is him in a BBC interview. Hear what he's saying now. I'll just play the full thing. I won't say anything. I'll try not to. Y'all know how I get. I'll try not to say anything. But turn up your volume and hear this now.
Yes, in all his splendor. Ladies and gentlemen, Muhammad Ali.
Black people must do something for themselves and not always beg white people to move in the neighborhoods, but clean their own neighborhoods. And another thing, when you say integration, it comes under intermarriage too, right? All
Right,
being together.
right, sure.
And I'm sure no intelligent white person watching this show, or no intelligent white man in his or her right white mind, want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, and in return introducing their grandchildren as half-brown, kinky-haired black people.
That's what provoked me to play this for you. Because a constant theme for me on the channel, you guys know, that's been running is this interracial bullshit that they are promoting and pushing ad nauseum. Ad nauseum. This is the best answer that you could give to that bullshit. Hear this now. I'll shut up.
And I'm sure
I wouldn't object to that.
Well, you wouldn't, but a lot of them would.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people. No, this is the point.
What I'm trying to say is this. What I'm trying to say is this. And you don't have it. You say you don't, but you don't have it. You really ain't gonna have it. You on the show, and you got to say that. But
that's not true.
Why would you want to do that?
Because I don't think I'm any different from you see.
Yeah, we much different.
I mean, I think society's made us different.
You know we're different. And we all together.
But society's made us different.
No, not society. God made us different.
No, we're just human beings. He made all of us.
We all listen. Bluebirds fly with bluebirds.
You see that? I'm gonna take it back. Well, so that you don't lose the context. But you hear that? That's the only person on the earth saying that. If this was a Asian, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, any Vietnamese, any Asian sitting there having this interview with him, they would have never made that statement, we're all the same. The only people on earth trying to say we're all the same is this fucking white ass person, devil. You understand? That's it. Nobody else is pushing that. Because the rest of humanity understands, for the most part, that we are not the same. And I've brought you evidence in previous work that our very biology testifies that we are not the same. I cited for you in the case of Henrietta Lacks, the cells that one of the things that they had determined in their research is that the enzyme or the protein that comes off of our cell is different than a fucking white person's. Down to our very cells, we are different. Your melanin is to speak to your ignorant ass to tell you that to have no doubt that you're different. You are different. You see? And they try to make that a bad thing. No, bitch, we're different. Why do you have a problem with that? Why are you so desperately needing to be like me? You answer that. Why are you so fixated on being me that you need us to be the same? Do your eyes not work? You don't see that I'm clearly a different human being than you? You don't see that? I can't. Let's go on.
You see.
Yeah, we much different.
I mean, I think society's made us different.
You know we're different. And we all together.
But society's made us different.
No, not society. God made us different.
No, we're just human beings. He made all of us.
We all, listen, bluebirds fly with bluebirds. Red birds want to be with red birds. Listen. Tell me when I'm wrong. Pigeons want to be with pigeons.
But
tell me when I'm wrong. We should have, they don't have intelligence, but yet they stay together. We should have more intelligence than them, right? Buzzards are with buzzards.
Take that.
Buzzards are with buzzards, bluebirds are with bluebirds. They all are birds, but they got different cultures. The eagles like to hang out in the mountains. The buzzard like to fly around the desert.
Well,
the bluebird like to fly around the trees and the grass.
There'd be certain problems a buzzard mating with a sparrow, wouldn't there?
What?
There'd be certain.
Right. And we have the problems too.
No,
I don't see no black and white couples in England or America walking around proud, holding their children.
That's because society
and going out.
That's society's fault. I mean, we've got to educate people around.
Well, life is too short for me to be catching hell for something like that. I'd rather go and be my own. I have a beautiful daughter, beautiful wife. They look like me. We're all happy, and I don't have no trouble. No trouble. I ain't that much in love with no woman to go through all that hell. Ain't no one woman that good. You understand?
I understand. Yeah, I do understand. I understand. I think it's sad that.
I love that. Ain't no woman that good. Boy, it gets better. It gets better. But here the response from the devil here. Let me just skosh it back a little bit. Hear this.
You understand?
I understand. Yeah, I do understand. I understand. I think it's sad that.
It ain't sad because I want my child to look like me. Every intelligent person wants his child to look like him. I'm sad because I want to blot out my race and lose my beautiful identity. Chinese love.
What have I told you? What have I told you? I said it's the natural inkling of a mother too, but because men have this pride thing that's been installed, it's not natural. Trust me, it's not natural, but we're gonna go with it. So men especially have this thing, black men, where especially if you have a son, you want your son to look like you. Feel me? And your daughter, quite frankly, you know. So any of these people out there in these interracial relationships having children, give me a break. It's no way I would ever have a I don't have any children. Inshallah, I will have children before I leave this damn earth. You see? But I can't imagine having a child with somebody that don't look like me. And then that means my child don't look like me. I just fucked up our line. You feel me? Because, and especially black folks, our genes are usually strong within our families anyway, and just as a people in general, but in our individual families as well. You know, I look like my mama, I look like my grandmama, I look like my father, and I look like my brothers and sisters. You see us, you know, we're related. So how you gonna come and break the chain and have some child that don't look like none of us? And I always tell you, creation is not decoration. God is just not creating just to be creative. You understand? There's mastery in everything that he does, and perfection. Excuse me. But most of all, there is guidance and a sign for you. Just like Muhammad Ali just said, the blue birds want to be blue birds, the red birds want to be red birds, the falcons, you know. That's God is telling you you're different and you are to be with your own. Period. Period. You ain't supposed to be having children from other people, because then you are interfering with God's divine plan, because he said, I've made you of many tribes, many different tribes and nations, that you may know one another. We're supposed to learn something from each other, except for this devil, because they're not created by God. I don't know where they come from. That's not my area. All right. But Allah has said that I have made you of many different tribes and nations, that you may know one another. So when you start creating something else, that's not the tribes that Allah has created. He put a black woman here to have black children. He put the Latino woman here to have Latino children. He put the white bitch here to have white bitch ass children. Well, he didn't put them here, but however they got here. But they have their own damn children. You understand? He put you see what I'm saying? The Asian has Asian babies that look like them. And that's a really good example to use. Can you imagine you're an Asian father? Like, because all Asians look alike to me. They really do. Like, I'm not being funny or insulting. I don't mean that disrespectful at all. I just mean that Asians do they look alike. They really do look alike. Now, if I'm an Asian man and my wife have a baby and it looks like the Jedi, I'm pissed as shit. I'm pissed. Because I'm like, that's not what I look like. We don't look like that. What happened? I can't. And it's so specific with black men that it's not just we want you to have our child to look like us and they don't want it from some other race. We only want you to have a baby by some other dude, some other black dude, and the baby don't look like me. We still pissed. That baby don't look like me. So I'm saying, he looked like Greg or somebody. I don't know. So let's go on.
I think it's sad that
it ain't sad because I want my child to look like me. Every intelligent person wants his child to look like him. I'm sad because I want to blot out my race and lose my beautiful identity. Chinese love Chinese. They love the little slanted-eyed, pretty brown-skinned babies. Pakistanis love their culture. Jewish people love their culture. A lot of Catholics don't want to marry number Catholics. They want the religion to stay the same. Who want to spot up yourself and kill your race? You a hater of your people if you don't want to stay who you are. You shame what God made you. God didn't make no mistake when he made us all like we were.
I think that's a philosophy of despair.
Despair.
I really do.
It ain't no despair.
Number
one, can't no woman. Let me tell you something. I want to tell you.
This I love.
Listen, no woman on this whole earth, not even a black woman in Muslim countries, can please me and cook for me and socialize and talk to me like my American black woman. No woman, and last is a white woman, can really
and last is a white heifer. Let's hear that again.
And cook for me and socialize and talk to me like my American black woman. No woman, and last is a white woman, can really identify with me and my feelings and the way I act and the way I talk. And you can't take no Chinese man and give him no Puerto Rican woman and holler about we're in love and you emotionally in love and physically, but really they're not happy because she's going to hear some Puerto Rican music, he's going to hear some Chinese music. And they're going to be clashing all the time. It's just nature. You can do what you want, but it's nature to want to be with your own.
I love him so much. This man, it's like I've told my nephew when I've told him about greatness. I've said to him, I said, Muhammad Ali may or may not be remembered for being a great boxer. Nobody will care. This is what he will be remembered for. This is what makes him a great man. So what, you're a great boxer. So what? There's a lot of great boxers that came and went. We can't name any of them. But we all know Muhammad Ali. And when we think of him, we're not thinking of him in the boxing ring. This man was a warrior. He was convicted. He had conviction. And you see, he had all the trappings to be a sellout. He's on the light-skinned side. He's very handsome. He was successful as a boxer. He had a little bit of money, a little bit of cake, women throwing themselves at him where he goes on the planet Earth and all of it. He could easily have sold out, but he never lost his center. He never lost his center. And for that reason, he will always have a light that burns bright in my heart.
I want to be of my own. I love my people. That's all. I hate nobody.
Okay, I guess that's the end of the clip. Yeah, then some bullshit. I'm over it. Okay, we're over that. Yeah. Warrior, fearless man. That's what you do when the cameras are on you and you have influence and publicity and fame. That's how you use it. That's how you use it. Anything else is a travesty. Do you understand me? Anything else. As DJ Khaled would say, another one. He kills me. Another one. So, another one. Hear this now.
I'm not going to help nobody get something my Negroes don't have. If I'm going to die, I'll die now, right here fighting you. You my enemy. My enemy is the white people, not Vietcong's or Chinese or Japanese. You my opposer when I want freedom. You my opposer when I want justice. You my opposer when I want equality. You won't even stand up for me in America for my religious beliefs, and you want me to go somewhere and fight, but you won't even stand up for me here at home.
Fearless warrior. Fearless warrior. Fearless, to tell them right to their face, you my enemy. You're my enemy. Truth. You understand what I'm saying? Truth. Truth, 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 truth. And we must proclaim it and live it and represent it no matter where we exist and breathe, without fear of this white devil, because they are a dying breed. You understand what I'm saying? They're a dying breed, and they've hid truth for too damn long. Their reign of terror is over. You understand? And as long as I exist and breathe, I will definitely do my part to help that shit along. Understand that. Understand that.
Boxing's Muhammad Ali.
9 years after Muhammad Ali's last fight, he still drew thunderous applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest.
I don't know why, but they always save me for last.
But in a matter of weeks, the 48-year-old boxing legend would be pulled onto center stage of a crisis unfolding in a war zone.
God bless all of you. Thank you very much.
Here's another one, everybody. Because I didn't know about this. The time Muhammad Ali met Saddam Hussein and freed 15 hostages, bitch. I did not know about this. Now, I've queued it up to pickups into the main part. Alright? This other stuff is... we don't need it. Alright? But hear this now.
That left the fate of 15 of Saddam's last human shields in the hands of an unlikely diplomat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Muhammad Ali has just refused to be inducted into the United States Armed Forces.
In 1967, he'd risked his boxing career and prison when he refused to enlist on religious grounds during the Vietnam.
But wait, here's something you need to know about this photograph, everybody. These are all the major athletes, black athletes of the day. Period. The end. You understand? Here's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar even over here. He might have still even been Lou Alcindor. I don't know. But these are all the major black athletes of the day. And they all deliberately got together to support this brother. Where are they at today? Where's the equivalent of this at today? Huh? How do we go from that to this bullshit? I can't.
In 1967, he'd risked his boxing career and prison when he refused to enlist on religious grounds during the Vietnam War.
And I'd like to say to those critics of the press and to the others that there is one hell of a lot of difference in fighting in the ring and going to war in Vietnam.
23 years later, the three-time world champ would take another bold stand.
1990.
He went to Iraq at the invitation of a peace organization led by Ramsey Clark, the former U.S. Attorney General. The group hoped Ali's global popularity and enormous prestige in the Muslim world might prevent a war. Ali wanted to help the peace process, but his immediate aim was to bring U.S. hostages back home. Assisting Ali was a liaison from the U.S. Embassy, Vernon Norred.
He was a hero of mine. It was well announced to the Iraqis that Muhammad Ali, world champion, world-renowned hero, is now in Baghdad.
Now, we all knew about the Iraqi bullshit in the 1990s. Why didn't I know about this? If you knew about it, if you did not know about this type, I didn't. Because I didn't know anything about this. Like, I'm just finding this out right now, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. And it wouldn't be no surprise that I didn't know about it, because I could absolutely understand this would be something this devil would try and hide. You see, I can't. Meanwhile, Dennis Rodman with his circus ass goes to Korea and does absolutely nothing, like whatever that was. This brother goes and gets 15 hostages. You understand? Because and nobody else could have done it. Because why? He was a Muslim. Saddam Hussein, no matter what this devil wants to tell you about him, Saddam Hussein was a Muslim, everybody. And there is a code that goes with that. Period. The damn end.
Ali was then in the 6th year of his battle with the neurological disorder Parkinson's. Still, he kept a grueling schedule while waiting for Saddam to approve a meeting. He mingled with the people of Baghdad, visited schools, and prayed in historic mosques.
Ali had a special magnetism. The Iraqis would ask him for autographs, want to stand and talk to him. Ali never, ever turned anybody down.
And he granted every meeting requested by Iraqi officials.
The whole fact that it's not a war, and it's a little lethargic for the fame that I have, showing the real side of Iraq.
After a week, with no word from Saddam, Ali had a crisis of his own. He'd run out of his Parkinson's medication and could barely function.
Wow.
He would be in bed, he couldn't get out of bed, he couldn't stand up, and he couldn't talk because his voice wouldn't go above a whisper.
We were very glad that you came out to see Muhammad Ali. I think that asking him any questions would be out of the question because he can't answer the questions right now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Norred found doctors at the Irish hospital in Baghdad to replenish Ali's medication. Their only request? A group photo.
Over here, Judge, come on.
Ali was back on his feet just in time.
The next day, he was brought aware that he was going to be given an audience and to prepare himself to come to the embassy to see Saddam.
The Bush White House disapproved of Ali's trip, fearing Saddam.
Now watch how they greet. This is how we as Muslims greet.
Saddam would use it as a propaganda tool. The images of Ali and the dictator led to a more cynical reaction.
And usually when you do that, you are offering something of a blessing. You'll say Barakallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. As you go from one cheek to the next, you say Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, Subhanallah. Anything you want to say, you know, it's offering something, you know, a divine greeting to the person. You know, it's your greatest greeting to honor the person. And so that's what they're doing there. I'll just play it again and go on.
Fearing Saddam would use it as a propaganda tool. The images of Ali and the dictator led to a more cynical reaction from some in the media.
Because in the past where I told you guys that Muslims, we have this hug kiss thing that we do. That's what I'm talking about.
And Ali's motives, implying
devilry.
Fearing Saddam would use it as a propaganda tool. The images of Ali and the dictator led to a more cynical reaction.
No, the Bush White House, this was Bush's father. They weren't afraid that Saddam would use it as a propaganda piece. They're afraid that the real image of Saddam would be seen and their vomitous, pablum puked out lies would be revealed. You see?
The Bush White House disapproved of Ali's trip, fearing Saddam would use it as a propaganda tool. The images of Ali and the dictator led to a more cynical reaction from some in the media. They questioned Ali's motives, implying he'd taken the meeting to boost his own profile.
The accusation did not ring true. He wanted to get everybody that was left there, Americans, released. What did he have to gain? You know, he had everything to lose.
If he failed to secure any concessions from Hussein, his reputation would take a beating. Ali had to persuade a man who was openly defying the UN and President Bush to release hostages to him.
And he had a good damn reason. Period. And it's always interesting to, not interesting, it's always disgusting to me that the most violent, genocidal, murdering ass fucking people on the damn earth would try to criticize anybody else on the damn earth for doing anything. And they didn't give a damn about Muhammad Ali or Saddam Hussein. They wanted that oil to be traded in American dollar, and Saddam was starting to trade his oil in euro, which was going to cut their white asses out. He was an honorable man.
He'd also have to listen, diplomatically, as Saddam praised himself for his treatment of the hostages.
Some of them wanted a certain list of video films, and we succeeded in...
He's not praising himself. He's telling his Muslim brother, honestly, how he has treated the hostages. You understand? The Quran provides for this. How you must treat those who you have captured, how you treat the orphan, any of that stuff. God has laid out all of that in the Holy Quran. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you hear what the devil says? He spent several minutes praising himself about how he treated the hostages. No.
Yeah. He'd also have to listen, diplomatically, as Saddam praised himself for his treatment of the hostages.
Some of them wanted a certain list of video films, and we succeeded in providing all those films. Not all Iraqi homes have video reports. Isn't this hospitality?
Ali assured Hussein he'd bring back to the U.S. an honest account of his visit to Iraq.
I'm not going to let Hajj Muhammad Ali go back to the United States without having a number of the American citizens here accompanying him.
You heard that? You heard the translator. He's translating Saddam Hussein. He said, I'm not going to let Hajj Muhammad Ali go back to the United States without several of the hostages, accompanying him. Hajj Muhammad Ali, you see, because in Islam, one of the 5 pillars of your faith is that if you are financially and physically able, then at least one time in your life you are to make the Hajj to the holy city of Mecca. And that is known as the Hajj, all right? And it is after the wife of Abraham. Christians got it all wrong with that Hagar business. I'm over you, all right? And the whole ritual and everything that you do, all the procedures and everything, are imitating the prophet Abraham. It has nothing to do with the prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's all about the prophet Abraham. And so when you have made the Hajj, no matter how old you are, then you are known as a Haji. You see? A Haji. So then you become Hajj whoever. You see? So if your name is Ibrahim, then you become Hajj Ibrahim. That connotes that you have fulfilled that pillar of the faith. This is why when Malcolm X came back from the Hajj, he was now El Hajj Malik Shabazz. You see? So that's what the brother Saddam, was connoting and meaning when he said that. I just wanted to point that out. All right, let's go on.
After Saddam agreed to release 15 human shields, Ali and his staff prepared to take them out of Iraq as soon as possible.
It'd be nice to have the detainees come over this evening.
You know what he said? They don't owe me nothing. That is the heart of a lion and the compassion of a king. And they were devils.
He's our guy.
You know, I thanked him, and he said, go home, be with my family. You know, I spoke to him very briefly, but what a great guy.
Champ, all I can say is that there is no way in the world that I can adequately thank you.
You see? He said, you thank God. You thank Allah.
God works through people. It's not me.
Amen.
I know, but it's, you literally saved my life.
We're going to say Ali.
Bring that man.
Bring him in. Bring him in right now. Yes, sir. Let's make room. Please.
On December 2nd, 1990, after 4 months of captivity, the hostages were free.
I was just lucky for some reason.
Wasn't a Christian pastor that went and got him, huh? I didn't see the good Reverend Sharpton or the good Reverend Jesse. You see what I'm saying? I saw Muhammad Ali.
After 4 months of captivity, the hostages were free.
I was just lucky for some reason to be on Muhammad Ali's list. Grateful for it.
He's a marvelous individual, marvelous man.
JFK.
We raided JFK to see if...
By the way, everybody, moment to teach. JFK, as much as they talk shit about Muslims and Trump wanted a ban and all do you understand that at JFK Airport in these United States of the asshole of Satan, they have musalla, which is prayer rooms for Muslims at JF goddammit K bitches. Look it up.
You really came. You know, you just really believed it the last minute when you stepped off the plane. Muhammad Ali came out first, and then the hostages came out. It was a great moment.
Wasn't a Christian, it wasn't a white man that went and got him. Huh? It was Muhammad Ali, the praised one.
Oh, honey. Always good to be home.
Unless Muhammad Ali came to Iraq and negotiated with Saddam Hussein, I wouldn't be out of there, I guarantee you.
I gave Muhammad Ali a kiss and said, you know, thanks for bringing my dad home. And I didn't really know what else to say other than that. I mean, it was really overwhelming.
Ali had reunited 15 families in time to celebrate the holidays. 6 weeks later, Operation Desert Storm began.
See?
For the former hostages and their loved ones, the bombings offered a grim reminder of their narrow escape from danger.
It was unbelievable to think that without the help of Muhammad Ali, he could have been there for the bombing.
But wait, we have to teachable moment, teachable moment, teachable moment.
To think that it's unbelievable.
Escape from danger.
Their enemy is supposed to be Saddam, everybody. But they're bombing the entire country, huh? So every Iraqi is bad? You see how they operate? But we're not supposed to say all of them are bad, and all their history is nothing but bad from all of them. But Saddam is bad, but we don't see just a tight shot of the palace and they're bombing that. No, no. It's the entire country. Do you see what I'm telling you? Do you see the hypocrisy, the glaring hypocrisy?
It was unbelievable.
Look.
To think that without the help of Muhammad Ali, he could have been there for the bombing. We were very thankful he was sitting on the couch with me.
I do need publicity, but not for what I do for good. I need publicity for my book. I need publicity for my fights. I need publicity for my movie, but not for helping people. Then it's no longer sincere.
Amen. I love you, Muhammad Ali. May you rest in peace. And may Allah give you space in your grave and count you among those He is most pleased with on the great day of judgment. Amen. 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 And I had the distinct honor of meeting Muhammad Ali when I was, oh God, how old was I? I don't know. Probably 10 or 11. He was at our mosque, and word was going around, Muhammad Ali is here, Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Ali. And me and my sister that's 1 year older than me, we went walking through the masjid trying to see, and there was this staircase that swiveled down, and he was in a tan suit, and there he came down the staircase. My heart stopped. And I just remember us saying, hi, Muhammad Ali. And shaking his hand. And I remember his hand was like 20 times the size of mine, and it was hard as a brick. But he was so kind. He was so kind. I see it in my mind's eye as if it was yesterday. Allahu Akbar. I got a chance to touch this man. And you guys know how I am about energy and the spiritual world and stuff like that. And I believe that all of the time that you're born, where you're born, the energies on the earth at the time that you're born, all those things inform and affect who you become. Even the spiritual, untangible world stuff. So just shaking his hand, that transfer of energy to my young soul. You understand what I'm telling you? I hope you could understand that. I hope you could understand that. Let me play one more for you and we're over it, because I thought this was going to be like maybe a 15-minute video. I'm over me. Okay, this one I'm going to shut up on everybody. I need you to turn your volume up as much as you can go, because I can't get any more volume out of this clip. And I fear it's going to play low. So turn up your volume right now. I'll give you 10 seconds. 9, 8, 5, 3, 1. Damn it. All right, let's play this.
What am I going to do in the next 16 years? What's the best thing I can do? Get ready to meet God. Owning real estate, going in business, teaching boxers, that won't get me to heaven. God is watching me. God don't praise me because I beat Joe Frazier. God don't give nothing about Joe Frazier. God don't care nothing about England or America as far as your wealth. It's all his.
You see, he's sitting on the floor in the mosque. Again, we don't have no pews and tambourines and all this bullshit. He's sitting on the floor in the mosque reading the Quran.
He wants to know, how do we treat each other? How do we help each other? So I'm going to dedicate my life to using my name and popularity, helping charities, helping people, uniting people, bring people bumming each other because of religious beliefs. We need somebody in the world to help make peace. So when I die, if there's a heaven, I want to see it. Because we live how long? 80 years? the odds are everybody in this room, some of you are going to be dead 20 years from now, some of you are going to be dead 50 years from now, some are going to be dead 30, and some are going to be dead 60, 70 years from now. We all going to die soon. Some of you go to look at the fridge, you don't have no teeth. Yeah.
What do I always tell you? You have an appointment with the grave. An appointment with the grave. Appointment. You can't make it, and you can't cancel it. And it is already written. You have an appointment with the grave. Oh, by the way, there's my other king, Malcolm. 6'4", brother. Size 14 shoe. That was a king. Do you understand? Oh my God.
We all gonna die soon. Some of you go to look at the fridge, you don't have no teeth, your hair is leaving you, your bodies get tired, but your soul and your spirit never die. That's gonna live forever.
So Malcolm was taller than Muhammad. Well, they're about the same height there.
God is testing us on how we treat each other, how we live, to see where our...
Because Malcolm was 6'4", so Muhammad, let me ask the white heifer. Let's get her ass to work. White heifer. White heifer. How tall was Muhammad Ali? Okay, she's trying to act funny now. So I'm saying, standard. That's standard. So I'm saying, how tall was Muhammad Ali?
He was 6 feet 3 inches tall.
Okay, so that's about right, yeah. Because you see him and Malcolm together. So that, yeah. And then with that flat top on top of him, that put him right up at Malcolm's height. These were towering kings, do you understand? They were towering, just towering over.
Real home be in heaven. So this physical stuff don't last for so long. So my car, this building is going to be here when the man who built it dead. There have been many kings and queens of England. They're all dead.
Let me ask y'all this now. Again, teachable moments.
This building is going to be here.
When have you seen, wait, I got to get it right.
Building is going to be.
When have you seen Nation of Islam people doing this?
When the man who built it dead.
Those brothers are praying. You understand? They just finished prostrating, and now they're sitting back on their heels. You see?
There have been many kings and queens of England. They're all dead. After this one is gone, another one will come. So we don't stay here. We're just trustees. We don't own nothing. Even your children are not yours. If you
Muhammad Ali.
Your wife is not yours. You don't own your children. You don't own your family. So what am I saying? The most important thing about life is what's going to happen when you die. Are you going to go to heaven or hell? And that's eternity. So what am I going to do when I'm through fighting? I only have 16 years to be productive. Get myself ready to meet God and go to the best place. Don't that make sense?
Subhanallah. Subhanallah. And then now the brothers reciting Quran every soul. Wow. I promise you, if you have sons, even daughters, but especially if you got sons, you need to sit down and find every single thing you can find on Muhammad Ali, and you put their little snotty nose ass in front of it and you say, God damn it, watch it or meet your maker. Do it now. Do it now. Because these are the examples we need to show our children. People that have a backbone, people that had character, who were fearless, whose pursuit was righteousness in the face of evil, no matter what the cost to them, including death. Including death. One more. Another one. Okay, this I could play a million, y'all, but this is going to be the last one. Hear what he's saying. This clip is called Muhammad Ali Amazing Interview Defends Muslim Women. We'll play, it's just over 2 minutes. We'll play this. I'll have a little bit of commentary and we're over it. All right. Let's go.
What's wrong with miniskirts? What's wrong with
the interviewer starts off saying, "What's wrong with the miniskirts? What's wrong? What's wrong with the miniskirts?"
I mean, well, see, this is a European design thing, but righteous people, you go to Saudi Arabia and tell a woman to put on miniskirt. Go to Zaire, Africa, and have the women put on short dresses. They'd be fined or locked up. Go to Pakistan, or go to all throughout black Islamic Muslim countries. Number one, I have a wife and she's walking around with a skirt up to here. And then what's happening? Well, why do I want everybody to see her? What's the man? I mean, people looking and winking, they lusting for her, all kind of freaks and no good people on the streets. Why do I want my wife? She can't bend over because the panties show if the wind blow. Well, show the behind. Cows and animals and mules, human beings don't walk around out. Savages walk around with their behinds out. And my wife's behind ain't for every man to look at. You understand? So it makes a lot of sense. So how can I protect my woman if I'm walking down the street, she's half naked, and some sadist run up and grab her? Hell, I shouldn't have put out there. If I got merchandise I want to sell, I put in the window for you to see. So if I want my wife, why do I want everybody to see my wife? What's private? What's mine? Everybody looking at her. Which means what's wrong with it? How can you have a wife or somebody you love? Anything God made precious, nature hides it. You cannot find diamonds easy. You have to dig and dig and dig. And you got to work to clean them.
Amen. 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 Are you hearing this? Let's take it back now. This is what I should be trying to tell our women about your worth. You understand what I'm saying? That don't make you special because you come out just showing every fucking thing. And this white devil got you thinking that if you have it, you should flaunt it. And you should be proud of your body and and you're just buying into that damn fiction. He gave the best analogy. He said everything that God made precious, he hid it. You see what I'm saying? Look, even if you trying to eat an orange, you got to peel it. You understand what I'm saying? You want a walnut, you got to crack that shell. You don't just get it. A banana, you got to peel it. Watermelon, you got to do the same anything. You see? You want a fish, goddamn, it ain't just jumping out the river at you. You got to go and find where the fish at and put your hook and your bait down in there and hope you get one. There's a sign for you in everything that Allah has created, including you. You need to pay attention.
Thing God made precious, nature hides it. You cannot find diamonds easy. You have to dig and dig and dig. And you got to work to clean them. You cannot find, listen. You cannot find gold. Everything God made valuable, he made it hard to get. Pearls, rubies, and ain't my oil. You have to dig, and half the time it don't strike. Everything God created that was valuable, he made it hard to get to. Ain't my woman more important than some diamonds and some oil and some gold when she's the field which produced my sons and daughters? Why should she walk around all nude in all of these design clothes? Her breasts is out. She's on the beach wearing clothes that show more than her panties when she go to bed. That's right. People don't just might as well come out with a brassiere on and her panties. She'd be more covered up than she do in the European style with just something covering up her nipple and just a little old G-string over, and she's walking out on the beach naked. These are savages. How am I have my daughter, my wife, or my woman walking around for her man? Ooh, look, I could do. Boy, if I could get to her. And what I want that for? She's mine. What you mean? What's wrong with walking around here?
I love it. I love it. All hail Muhammad. All hail Muhammad. All hail Muhammad. All hail Muhammad. I love this brother. Oh my God. And I've told my women a million times, there's no more respected woman on the earth than the Muslim woman. There just isn't. There just isn't. And you should try it. In fact, there's a video. I can't get clearance for it, but there's a video. It's called Living One Day as a Muslim Woman. I think that's the name of it. Let me see if I can at least pull it up so I know if that's the right one to tell you to watch. Bingo. Found it. It's called My Week as a Muslim 2017. My Week as a Muslim. Go and watch that. And it's perfect because I think this is in London or somewhere overseas. Anyways, and it's this white lady. And she is a typical devil as far as her feelings and thoughts about Muslims because of the media and all of it. And her whole life changes once she spends a week as a Muslim woman. I need for my women to watch this video. I hear this now. I need for my women to watch this video, not for me, but for you. I'm going to link this in the description box. I'll link it, and I've told you the title, and you see it there on your screen. My Week as a Muslim 2017. Alright? I'll go back so you can see what the thumbnail looks like. This is what it looks like. Alright? That's the white lady sitting right there. You see she's sitting next to a Muslim woman. You need to go and watch this video. You need to do that. You need to do that. You need to do that. Because what I was going to say is, when I was just saying that, you know, there's no woman that's more respected on the earth than the Muslim woman. You know, you will find your sense of femininity and your security and even your power once you realize this, and you break the shackles on your brain that have you thinking that the tighter the shit you wear, the better off you are. You are not. You are not. You say you want to be a queen, you're supposed to treat yourself like one. Last thing I'll say about it, and I think this is powerful. Every movie, whether it's cinematic, animation, a play, a stage play, it don't matter. Every single thing you've ever seen where they're going to have a queen or a princess, you don't ever see them come out in some tight bullshit where they showing their body. They're usually draped in robes and ah-ha-ha. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm telling you? And even when they crown Miss America, Miss USA, Miss Universe, and all the shit, oh, they have their bikini contests and they have all the other bullshit. But when that bitch is crowned, she's in a long dress that covers her. You are not a queen when you are in that other bullshit. You need to contemplate that. You need to contemplate that. And when you look back at the ancient queens of Kemet and Africa in general, see what they were wearing. Do you understand what I'm telling you? This showing your body and having everything tight and wearing nothing and all that stuff, that is a construct of this devil, the enemy of humanity. He is here to pollute every single thing that is in God's order. He is here to poison it, to pollute it. And you need to be aware of that. You need to be aware. So, I am going to leave it here now, everybody. Trust me, I could go on. I'm not doing it. This is the Jedi.